I'm kind of over the workbook phase and I want something solid, something where I don't really have to think super hard on what to cover next. I chose a language arts curriculum. I pieced together different things, and in today's video I'm going to tell you all about the resources I'm using and show some examples of some type of activities that I may do for my first grader or my 5-year-old. My daughter has been reading for a while, and so I know part of language arts, you know, is teaching you reading. It's talking about grammar, spelling, what else? Reading, spelling, grammar, writing, and something else. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. So I was like, okay, I've been looking around like Instagram and YouTube trying to figure out like what other homeschool parents are using for their children, and I've seen a lot of like popular ones like All About Reading, Logic of Foundation, Logic of English or something like that, from phonics to reading and stuff like that. But the only thing about those curriculums were they were about 100, 200, depending on if you got all the materials. And I was like, you know what, because I invested so much last year and we haven't used all of our things, this year I want to stick to a budget. So I was looking for a free curriculum or just inexpensive curriculum, like I said in my last video about the math. And so this is what I decided to go with. So first I am going to show you, yeah, where my hand need to go. Show you what I chose. So I do have a new printer, and y'all probably have seen that in my other video. It's the HP Smart Tank, and I'm going to review that video very soon. But I decided to give the Good and the Beautiful another try, and I printed this off at home, and I'm going to tell you why I decided to give it another try. So initially I did start off with that last year with my 5-year-old, and she finished the kindergarten within a few months, and I was printing out different lessons here and there. I was skipping over things and stuff like that, and so I didn't really necessarily get a good feel for it in terms of just following what they actually have in there. I did see different activities that were good, but I'm big on adding my own thing to it. So I kind of just need a foundation, a base, and I can just add to it, take away whatever I need to do. And I also like this one so far because it covers different areas like geography and stuff like that. And so we've already been working in there because I told you she finished the last curriculum kind of like before the year ended last year. So this year we're just doing review because she learned how to read without like any curriculum or whatever. I just want to make sure she has a good foundation where we're covering grammar rules and spelling and stuff like that. And of course it's just easier to pull from something as opposed to coming up with something from scratch. And so because I'm in the process of just, you know, setting a foundation for what I want to do in the future, I was like, I need to go through some programs to see how they are. So I decided to go with the Good and the Beautiful language arts, and we're going to supplement a lot of things with that. So I'm just going to show a little bit in here. Like, say for this instance, this lesson, it requires you to use the letter tiles. I think that's an app for the Good and the Beautiful, and I'm going to use like physical letters or magnetic letters, and you know, just switch it up a little bit. I don't like the fact that it's like telling you everything to say, and because my daughter is reading, she can read the instructions that's for me. So it's kind of like okay, and it makes it independent for her to do it on her own. So that's the only downside to it, I would say. And of course I skip over things that don't apply to us. If it don't apply, we're just not gonna do it. But you know, she likes to do things independently, and because she can read these words, it's just great little practice for her. So I will say I was skipping over things. I'm like, she didn't know that, that's too easy. But I realized when you're not consistent, sometimes they can slack off in certain areas. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go through this, and then I'm gonna give you another review on the actual thing. We won't be using the reading booster cards, whatever, because I do have those Bob books. I do have the Bob books and all of that. So yeah, I'm going to share more on that later. So in terms of like a reading curriculum, initially I started off with the Teach Your Child to Read the 100 Easy Lessons. I personally didn't finish it because I kind of I was over it, you know. This curriculum or this book kind of gives you scripted lessons to where it shows you what to say in red, and then it tells you what to do, and then the child is doing the same thing all in one book. So it's like one little manual. People have a lot of success with this, and don't get me wrong, we did get started with this, so it gave me an idea of what I need to do, what I needed to say, how I needed to do it, and stuff like that. But I felt like I wanted to do something a little different, right? So I'm still going to look in this and use it for Eliana or my 4-year-old and my 5-year-old, but it's just certain things we're gonna pull from there. This won't be my main thing. This will just be something that I don't know, use here and there, but because I have it, I'm like, I need to utilize it in some kind of way because I have a lot of things here that I'm not using already. Now, something I'm excited to start using is this, and for a reading, well, phonics curriculum. So as I said, my daughter learned how to read fairly quick, right? So initially I had taught her sight words or whatever, and then I had to go teach her phonetically, and I used a dry erase board with that, dry erase board and a marker for that for a lot of our lessons. But I was like, you know what, I want something that's laid out but not like telling me what to say or what to do. And so with alphaphonics, it's very boring looking, but I can do so many things with it, so many activities. So as you can see, this is how it starts off. Black and white, no pictures in here. And I love the curriculum because, you know, pictures definitely distract early readers. It's designed for children who know the letter names and not the letter sounds. So in the beginning you would see like nonsense words, meaning words that are not real, and then it builds from there. And so this curriculum particularly, your child will be up to a 3rd grade reading level once they finish all lessons. So this one has 128 lessons, and it's not like you do a lesson a day. It's more so over time. So say for instance she's on the 1st grade level now, you know, we're going to continue to use it, and I can use the same thing for Keziah, which is why I printed this off. I actually got this down, I downloaded it for free, and I can link the link in my description box on where I got it from. But I found this for free. I printed it off because, you know, the printer is going to get used, okay? But you can get it on Amazon for like $20. So many people compare these two, the Teach Your Child to Read 100 Easy Lessons and this. Many prefer this over this. Personally, I like this. I think I like this because it's going to give me a lot more room to do what I need to do with it. And I did do a few lessons with Eliana earlier today, and so I'm going to show you like how we did it. And I was like, it's a lot of words on the page, and you know, I thought she would get bored with it, but she was like, I'm not tired, I can do some more. And I'm like, okay, cool. So here's what I'm thinking about doing with this to make it a little more interactive. I do have these wooden letters, the Montessori movable alphabet or whatever it's called, and we haven't really been utilizing them. So I'm going to continue to use this with the girls, and it's going to go with spelling and just reviewing certain things. So say for instance, in the alphaphonics there are a list of words. I can write the words on the board and have them build the words, or I can build the words out and have them pronounce it that way. Or we can manipulate, like say I had the word cat, I could do cat and then change the B. Can change the C to a B and stuff like that. And I also am going to be utilizing these magnetic letters and numbers on my dry erase board. So I will be doing this, and I will write words on here and they can build the words or whatever. We can start working on spelling and stuff like that. So those are my plans so far with Eliana. So Keziah is 4, so I'm not really stressed about her doing stuff, how much she's doing. I'm going to follow her pace. When she asks to do things, we're definitely going to do it. I did print out the kindergarten level for the Good and the Beautiful because she's reading as well, and so I just want to go through and talk to her about different poems and grammar and practice on handwriting and stuff like that. So in terms of handwriting, I'm not going to use a official curriculum for handwriting. I feel like we can do copy work. There are tons of opportunities to do copy work and work on handwriting from my own worksheets that I'm creating, as well as other things that we're doing. So I'm not worried about that. I do have a free grammar type curriculum that I downloaded for free as well, and I can include that in my description box below. It's pretty much you're just reading sentences and writing it, and it goes with punctuation and all of that. It's very simple and to the point. You can also buy that book on Amazon. It's about $5 or $6. So I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize it just yet, but as of right now, that's what I'm going with. So because my son is crying, I think I'm going to end this video off, but I am going to go with the Bot books. So we have a ton of Bot books. I'm going to show you on the screen because I can't get it right now, but we have a ton of Bot books that start from beginning sounds all the way to complex words, long vowels, whatever the case may be. I haven't really been using them strategically and like every day, so we're going to be, you know, using those a whole lot more to build fluency and all of that. In terms of like chapter books and readers and stuff like that, I'm still researching and trying to figure out what's best. And then in terms of workbooks, I don't have any new workbooks at this time. I am going to purchase those during the back to school sales when they have the, you know, the best discounts for something like that. So it'd probably be something around spelling or something, or maybe not. I may be good with what I have and coming up with my own activities. I do want to make it hands-on. I don't want it to be just black and white, like in this book, but Eliana, she is fine with that. Like, she is totally okay. And what I'm gonna do, I put it in this thing, and she protects because I want to reuse it. So say for instance, I say today we're only going to do A. I can just draw a circle around where I want her to stop at, or whatever the case may be, if you want to do copy work, or something like that. But so far, that's what I'm thinking in terms of language arts. That's what we're going to do. The Good and the Beautiful language arts, and then alphaphonics primarily. For phonics, grammar would be whatever is not covered in the Good and the Beautiful, I'm going to supplement with the free resource I found out about. So there are a ton of free resources, y'all, but I was just picking what's best for my child and what's best for me. So although it's free, I don't want it to be like not what it needs to be. I'm good with piecing things together and adding more to, you know, activities, because they be real dry, and my child is very active, and so I just need the foundation, and I can take it from there, you know. In terms of like the alphaphonics, of course, they have different things laid out to where you can see what you are covering. So say for instance, I don't know, H, I can make my own flashcards where we're going over all of the different sounds and combinations and stuff like that, and so I can have that and maybe even put it on my website for y'all, so y'all won't have to buy cards for $15, $30, I don't know, however many dollars it's gonna be. I just need the foundation, y'all. Like, since I'm not an expert reading specialist, whatever the case may be, like, I just need a little guidance. From there, I'm good. So let me know what y'all curriculum picks are, what y'all think about trying out, if you tried out any of this, and then if you have any questions, as always, drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section below, and I'll see y'all in my next video. It's going to be like on preschool and pre-K curriculum, things I'm changing, things I'm not so proud of, and more. So yeah, stay tuned.